Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a fabulous day. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today I have a fun project to share with you, and my project is actually for a blog hop. Pinkfresh Studio is celebrating their brand new Here For You release, and I get to share with you some new items over at the Pinkfresh Studio shop, and I think you're going to fall in love with them. When I saw this, I was super excited about it because this is a beautiful stamp set. In fact, it's called Playful Petals, but there's something that is extra special that you can do with this stamp set in the die set. And I'll show you that in just a minute, but I want to continue letting you know about the blog hop. Blog hop, I'll leave a link down below to the Pinkfresh Studio blog hop. Start at the beginning. It's always the best place to start. There's a giveaway, and the giveaway entry is super easy. Details for that over at Pinkfresh Studio. But I think basically all you have to do is leave a comment. How easy is that? Share the love, show everybody how much you love their projects, and you could win some crafty goodness. So I hope you can join us. Today we're going to be using all new items, actually, with the exception of the inks and the gems. We're using the Playful Petals stamp set. And again, there's something special with this one. I have the coordinating stencil set that will color in this beautiful image. I have the coordinating die sets, and you'll notice this large image will cut out the beautiful florals. But looky here. These three are the flowers that are in the image. So if you love layering like I do, you can actually die cut out these flowers and layer them on top for some added dimension. How fun is that? I'm super excited to give this a try. For my background, I thought we'd create a playful background using some ovals. We're going to actually better press them. So these are the nested elongated ovals press plates. These are brand new, and this is not one press plate. There are five ovals in here, so you can do these individually, which are lovely. And then there's a die set that's great on its own, or it's great for die cutting out these ovals that you can press or foil, actually, even. And lastly, for my background, we're going to be using a beautiful cover plate die. This is gorgeous. The center flower, you can actually puff up the petals, which is so nice. And I just love the print on here. We're going to create a background. I just wanted something extra in the background, so we're just going to go tone on tone with this. Okay, so let's jump in and get started. Okay, I'm going to take my floral image and we're going to stamp this, and I'm going to stamp my greeting along with it. I'm going to stamp the greeting that says, "Thanks for showing you care." This is just going to save me a little bit of time. I'm going to go ahead and ink up my image and my greeting with my detail black ink. I'm going to grab my stamp press, just makes things a little bit easier. Wonderful. So we have our greeting and we have one of our florals. Now I'm going to take one more piece of white cardstock and I'm going to stamp the floral image one more time. So we'll have two of these. Now we're going to start with stencil number 1. And I'm going to line up. Stencil 1 will color in these little smaller flowers. We're going to use Summer Shower for these little flowers. And I'm not going to do anything fancy today. I'm just going to color them in. Make it quick and easy. So that's stencil 1. Okay, now we're going to add stencil 2. Now stencil 2 has two sections. Okay, there is a divider line here. So what you're going to do is line up the top part to these florals. Okay, and since we have an open area, I am going to bring in some post-it tape. I'm going to bring in a piece of low-tack tape and just mask off that upper section. Okay, so I have this lined up, and again, we're not concerned about the bottom. I'm going to bring in my peony ink, and I'm going to lightly go over these flowers. Wonderful. I'm going to leave this out because we're going to add peony to our next layer too. And then I'm going to add a little bit of shading. Now I can see through the stencil that this petal here is going to be continued in this petal here. So I'm going to add dark highlights with my Berrylicious to that section. Kind of. And I'll do the same thing to this one. This one doesn't have any, but I do want to add just a little bit so everything is nice and cohesive to some of the edges. And that's all I'm going to do there. So let's wipe off our stencil. I'll put my Berrylicious away. I'm going to bring back my peony. I'm going to remove my low tack tape. And remember, this stencil has another section for the flower petals. So you just scoot this up. There are corner markers so you know where to put it, but since there's only 2 images, it's pretty easy to line up. Okay, and then I'm just going to lightly go over these petals, just so I have a really light pink, and that's all there is to that. Let's put this to the side. We're going to bring in our next stencil. Stencil 4, I'm bringing in Citron ink, and we'll add some color here. And again, nothing fancy, just add some color. We'll remove this and add our next stencil, which is all of our leaves. We'll line these up. For my leaves, I'm using mint. We're going to add some mint to our leaves. And again, we're not doing anything fancy, just really simple ink blending. That's all there is to that. Don't you, stencils just make coloring so fun and so easy. Now we're going to add in our flower centers. And I'm going to use my black blending brush and just go over with the ink that's on here. Give that a good wipe, and our stenciling is all done. Okay, aren't those flowers gorgeous? So pretty. Now I'm going to do the same thing that we did to these flowers to this panel here. And I'm only going to use this floral here. So let's go ahead and add this floral. Okay, now we're going to take the coordinating dies, and I will die cut out my images. And you know what's lovely? This is one die. How cool is this? It just lines up beautifully over those images. Okay, and then I'll also die cut out my greeting. I will run everything through my die cut machine, and I'll be right back. Now I have everything die cut. I also created a background for my greeting with pop-up foam, and we're going to go ahead and layer our greeting on top of the foam. This is just going to give me dimension, and it was easier just to die cut out the greeting. I'm not going to use large foam squares. I'm going to use small foam squares, and all I'm going to do is put one in each of these flower centers. I am so excited about this. And then all you do is layer them right over the existing flowers. Or you can even, for more petals, you could actually turn them if you wanted. But look how gorgeous this is. and it didn't take no time at all. This is one of those flowers that would make instant cards and great focal points. Let me show you. If you wanted to make a note card set, look how easy that is, but gorgeous. Be a nice Christmas gift making 4 or 5 of these and wrapping them up. But isn't that so pretty? Okay, let's put this to the side. And now we're going to bring in our better press system. We're going to do a little bit of quick and easy letter pressing. I'm going to add some adhesive. I'm not just using a heavyweight white cardstock. This is a 120-pound weight, cover weight, so it's very strong. If you wanted to use your cold pressed cotton card panels, you could do that also. But I'm just going to tape this down to the top plate here. And we're going to actually use both of these, but we're going to color them in separately, okay? And I'm going to do 3 of them, but I'm just going to show you how to do 1 just to save a little bit of time. Okay, so the 2 smallest press plates and the nested elongated ovals press plate set. Okay, I'm going to use the same blue ink that we used for our florals. This is Summer Shower. We will add some ink here. Okay, and then I'm going to add this one. Let's do 2 at a time. And then with the smallest oval, I'm going to use the same leaf, the green ink that we used for our leaves. This is mint. Let's go ahead and add mint. And then we will run this through our Platinum 6 and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have 2 ovals. I'm going to keep these on here because I'm going to repeat the process 2 more times. But now I'm going to take the coordinating die and I'm going to die cut out both of these ovals. And then while I'm die cutting, I'm going to create a background. And I'll use our cover plate die. This is the brand new Charming Stitched Florals. How pretty is this? Okay, I'll run this through with white cardstock too. So this is our cover plate. It's the Charming Stitched Florals, but look at, if you go under and pop these florals up, look how pretty. We're going to cover them up, but I did want to show you how pretty this is. Isn't that gorgeous? This is actually going to go directly on the front of my card base, just keeping it white, and I'm going to leave it flat, okay? And then with this, I'm going to layer both of these together. I'm going to make sure I get to the edges because we're going to do die cutting 1 more time with this. Just going to center these. And then I'll take the smallest die and our nested elongated ovals. I'll make sure it's centered. Use some tape here. Actually, I'm going to use some stronger tape. Just make sure this is centered. And then I will run this through my die cut machine. I'll be right back. Okay, so we'll just remove this. There's 2 layers, so you might need to give it a little bit of help. But now we have 2 layers of ovals, and we have the hollow inside. I just thought this would be fun for just something a little extra. I am going to use some foam tape behind here to pop it up. And then I did 2 more off camera. I'm going to remove the release paper. And these ovals are going to go to the left of my card base. And I already adhered this to my card base. Okay? We're going to add these, evenly spacing them. Just add some glue. And then I will tack down my florals over here. And then we'll bring in our greeting. I'll add some glue behind here. And I'm going to put the greeting right over the stems. The very bottom. And last but not least, we're going to bring in some Pinkfresh Studio jewels. This is Glacier. I always have a tendency to fill in the flower center, but I kind of like the black showing. So we're going to skip the flower center and just add a few gems. We'll just funnel these back, and then that will finish off my card today. Today we used the Playful Petals, and boy, they are so pretty. And I hope you get a chance to, links are down below if you guys are interested in the set. But I do hope you can join us for the blog hop. Lots and lots of inspiration, and there's giveaways, and I wish you a lovely day. Thanks for joining me.